no.
Flash games.
I don't even know what we're doing. Front flip. But Dad, that was a backflip. Don't question me!
Flash games hold a special place in many people's childhood memories. They were often a gateway to the world of gaming for kids who didn't have access to consoles or expensive gaming PCs. Whoa. Flash games were easily accessible on websites and could be played directly in a web browser without the need for additional downloads or installations. For many, these games provided hours of entertainment and served as a shared experience among friends and classmates, whether it was during breaks at school, lazy weekends at home, or late-night gaming sessions. Flash games offered a wide variety of genres and experiences, from simple puzzle games to more elaborate adventures. Moreover, Flash games often had a nostalgic charm with pixelated graphics and catchy soundtracks that evoked a sense of simpler times. They fostered creativity and imagination, allowing players to escape into virtual worlds and embark on exciting adventures. Despite the advancement of technology and the eventual decline of Flash, these games remain fondly remembered by those who grew up playing with them.
The program once used on 99% of computers will soon be supported on none of them, and with it, 20 years worth of internet content will soon become inaccessible.
They serve as a reminder of a bygone era of gaming and continue to hold a special place in the hearts of many as cherished childhood memories. Quick side note, since most Flash games are gone from the internet, I've been using Flashpoint Archive. It got tons of games saved from before the Great Purge. So if you want to play one of your favorite Flash games, I'll link the installer down below for you to download in the description. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get back to the main topic of the video. But before the discontinuation of Flash games, there's one game that caught my attention. Out of all action genres I have ever played, this one is an exception. My Friend Pedro is a free platform shooter web game developed by Ted Toast Entertainment and published in June 2014. This game is unique among other Flash games because you can become JohnWick without needing prior experience with what's going on. This game offers a unique way to play. You kill all of the enemies while in mid-air, performing front flips and back flips while shooting them in the head, in a janky way. And you might be asking, why is he doing this? Is he out there for revenge? Or just for fun perhaps? Well, the simple answer to that is, he listens to a banana that tells him to kill people for fun.
What?
Yeah, I'm not joking. All of this is because of a single source of potassium. And who is this sentient potassium that I was talking to the protagonist? Well, that's your friend, Pedro. All I know is that it pops out of thin air, out of nowhere, and immediately demands souls for him to consume, becoming the greatest threat to mankind. I guess that's what I think of it. The whole game can be finished within 15 minutes or less. Killing enemies is a breeze since they drop like flies any guns you pick up. Now, speaking of guns, there are 6 types of guns: pistol, dual pistol, Uzi, double Uzi, shotgun, assault rifle, and a knife. But let's be real, that knife might as well be a decorative paperweight because you'll barely touch it unless you're feeling brave enough to attempt a knife-only run. And no, I'm not volunteering for that suicide mission. If you're up for it, knock yourself out. The parkour system is as simple as it gets. Just hit the W key and you'll be leaping around like a caffeinated kangaroo. Oh, and did I mention you can slow down time? Yeah, because dodging bullets at regular speed is just too mainstream. But here's the kicker. While time crawling, you're limited to one trick: flips. That's right, you're basically doing slow motion acrobatics to feel like a total badass. Now, you might be scratching your head wondering, how does our dude slow time? Like some Joker stand user? Well, hold on to your hats, folks. It's hardcore drugs.
This is glass grade.
Yep, you heard me right. Our MC's secret to time manipulation is a good dose of baby blue. The banana himself spilled the beans, claiming you slow timed with pills he conveniently forgot to pass on at the game start. Talk about a wild trip. Throughout the whole game, there are 5 levels, and let me tell you, they are blasts. Enemies coming at you from every direction, spraying bullets while you're flipping around, high on drugs,
Tight, yeah!
and taking them out effortlessly. With just one more hit of Heisenberg's blue candy, our MC might end up competing in CS2 esports tournament. If he keeps up with the drug, that is. As you progress through each level, you get introduced to new weapons, making things even more exciting. But hey, if you're the type who wants to stick with one weapon, no worries. Ammo for every type of weapon is abundant in this game. The layout of every map is easy to understand, not too complex for our feeble brains to grasp. But let's talk about the background music. Oh man, it slaps! It's like the kind of music you'd hear in those old YouTube gaming intros or in MLG videos. The sweet nostalgia of the golden age of YouTube brain. Now we've got Skibidi Toilet.
No prisoners, also.
That the kids won't shut up about. Kids these days and their iPads. No wonder we're aging at the speed of light. I'm a boomer now, aren't I? Anyway, the last level of the game gets really weird. Remember those pills the banana gave you? Well, they're kicking in now and you're getting high. With the banana ordering you to eat him, why eat him, you ask? Just take a look at this video. Yeah, the protagonist evolves and grows wings, flying high like Jesse Pinkman getting high on heroin with Jane. So why does the MC fly up into the sky? To fight a giant low-budget baby no money. I mean, he kinda looks like him, right? The boss battle is super straightforward, just dodge his attacks and shoot him in the process. Oh, and by the way, the MC is totally high during this whole thing. We don't even know if the boss battle is real or he's just hallucinating. Maybe it's all in his head. After you shoot the boss numerous times, he explodes, and then the MC blows up again. And we will never see him again. Swear to God, that's the end of the game. Overall, the game is short and sweet. Even though the story makes about as much sense as a banana giving orders, it just laid the foundation for the game I'm about to tackle next.
My friend Pedro, blood, bullets, bananas.
My friend Pedro, Blood, Bullets, Bananas, it's like a party game, but instead of pinning the tail on the donkey, you're pinning bullets on bad guys' heads. Developed by Dead Toes Entertainment, these folks took a Flash game and turned it into a full-blown bloodbath. Unity got involved in February 2015 to spruce things up, but it wasn't until December 4, 2015 that they thought, hey, maybe we should finish this thing? Then like a fairy god publisher, Devolver Digital swooped in June 28, 2019 to sprinkle some life and color onto the game. Talk about a glow-up. With a new fully revamped art style and gameplay, my friend Pedro Blood Bullets Bananas is livelier than ever before. They've gone from pixelated to 3D. It's like upgrading from a flip phone to the latest iPhone.
Piece of shit.
And guess what? They even added a story to this game. But hold on to your horses. We'll get to the juicy bit later. Let's dive into all the cool stuff they added and changed from the original game. It's like giving your favorite dish a spicy makeover. Speaking of makeovers, our protagonist has some new drip on him now. From a lowly black leather outfit that looks like a biker gang in the streets to a flamboyant look straight out of a cyberpunk universe. You can tell, the new MC has some icy drip on him. Unlike his old counterpart who is bald, has a goatee,
My name is Walter Hartwell White.
and wears shades. Wait a minute, don't tell me that all this time we've been playing as Heisenberg in a Flash game. Oh my god, how did I not see the resemblance? I've been writing the script and recording the entire game, and not once did I recognize the protagonist as Heisenberg until now.
You're goddamn right.
Oh my god, I'm blind. But the new MC has the drippiest outfit in the whole game. He's wearing a sports jacket with a bright yellow shirt underneath, adorned with the letters XOXO, and yes, I have no idea what the meaning behind those letters is. Let's just imagine it's another brand like Supreme. He also wears a sports black bin bag trousers as pants. And lastly, let's address the elephant in the room, his mask.
Hi.
He wears a gimp mask with a bright light on his eye holes, making him look like a nerdy anime character you'd find in most anime nowadays. Thankfully, he's not playing Minecraft and his mask isn't white, thank goodness. And now, let's delve into the whole game. First, let's dive into the gameplay and its mechanics. The gameplay of the new My Friend Pedro is as smooth as butter and incredibly fast-paced. Each level offers its own unique flavor, allowing for dozens of combinations to clear it. Basic movements like shooting, walking, slowing down time, and rolling are still present in the game. In the first game, shooting enemies in every direction was a hassle, but fear not, they've introduced split aiming in the sequel, with 2 arms at your disposal. You can now take down enemies in different directions simultaneously. It's like being one-person army, double the guns, double the fun. Many new features are added at every level to enhance your playstyle and make it cool as possible. You can hang and swing from ropes to take out enemies from above, drop huge barrels on unsuspecting foes' heads just for fun, or use the environment to your advantage by killing enemies through chain fences and windows. Ever wanted to be an explosive expert? Now you can buy shooting gasoline to make your enemies go wild. Plus, you can use a frying pan to ricochet bullets back at enemies.
Oh, I killed him!
And even metal surfaces can bounce bullets off. When things get heated, kick tables to create a makeshift cover. I've got a secret for you, friend, and don't tell anyone I'm telling you this.
Son, you know, once you start, there's no going back.
Yeah, Mr. White! Yes!
You can shoot the knife that was thrown at you and then kick it back at them. It's a great touch, and I have to give them credit for the attention to detail. The gunplay has been drastically improved to the point that every time you fire a weapon, it feels like it packs a punch. From a low caliber to high caliber guns, each one has its own unique way of taking enemies. Pistols are the first weapons you'll get your hands in the game. They have slow fire rate and deal low damage, offering a balanced gameplay experience. And remember how in the Flash game you had limited ammo for pistols? Well, forget about that in this game.
No.
Pistols come with an infinite amount of bullets, making them your trusty backup when your main gun runs dry. Next up are SMGs. They're like pistols on steroids with a ton of bullets and faster fire rate. Since enemies often use SMGs, stocking up on ammo for them is a breeze. Then we have the shotgun. This bad boy is one of the most devastating and dangerous guns you'll ever wield. It has a faster fire rate and scattered pellets spread like a normal shotgun, but each shot deals devastating damage. In fact, it is so powerful, it'll turn your enemies into a dismembered mess faster than you can say Biden blast. And let me tell you, using the shotgun is an absolute blast, especially if you're in the mood for some serious destruction. Next up is the assault rifle. Now this gun comes with 2 modes, full auto and grenade launcher.
This is an example of way too much fucking gun.
In full auto mode, it's like an SMG but with the bullets that packs a serious punch, ensuring that anything they touch beats God in heaven. And if that's not enough, the grenade launcher mode will ensure that both your soul and body meet the Lord as well.
AI! No one told me there'd be jump scares in here. Holy shit.
Lastly, we have the sniper rifle. This beauty can one-shot enemies from afar, thanks to its laser sights that ensure your shots as accurate as can be. Remember the knife in the Flash game? No, me neither. They swap out the knives for kicks, and you'll be booting your way through your enemies like there's no tomorrow. It's all about creating some breathing space and getting that strategic edge in the battle. But there's a twisted part. You can also kick objects and body parts. Yep, you can use them to take out your enemies. Talk about resourcefulness, huh? Now let's talk about the arsenal objects you can kick around. We've got knives, basketballs, gasolines, frying pans, and skateboards. And guess what? You can ride barrels and skateboards to roll over your enemies. Who knew murder could be so versatile and stylish? And speaking of battles, they've added another unique move to the game, the dodging system. Just press the W key and watch as you comically spin, dodging bullets of every known caliber. But here's a catch. If you tried shooting while dodging, your shots will scatter and you'll miss most of them. So the best time to dodge while shooting is when you're surrounded by enemies, and you can keep spamming it until they're all down for the count. Imagine if you could do this in real life. Just spin and watch all the projectiles pass through you and like nothing happened. Now that would be a sight to behold. Also, when it comes to switching weapons, forget about stretching your fingers to reach the numbers at the top of your keyboard. Just press and hold the Q key, and quick toggle menu of guns will pop up. Hover your mouse over your desired gun and it'll automatically switch to the one you want. It's like magic, but with guns instead of wands. This keeps the flow of the game smooth and keeps you going without missing a beat. Now let's talk about the puzzle in the game. Well, they are super easy. You don't need a science degree to figure out how to solve them. All you have to do is make one great observation of how the puzzle will work and you're good to go. Also, there are booby traps that you need to be cautious of, like the laser traps that will trigger the upgraded Amazon Alexa, which will kill you in just a matter of seconds. But you can totally avoid it by just pressing the W key to dodge, and you'll spin like a Beyblade. with not a single hole to be seen on your body, making this turret non-existent if you are pro at dodging. Next are the mines. These bad boys are easy to destroy, but by the time they get near you, they can absolutely destroy your life when they are grouped. Much like a pit bull that caught a glimpse of a toddler. They will automatically go to your position when your body hits the laser, and they will move faster than the speed of light. The best thing to counter the landmines is to slow down time and use split aim to destroy 2 at a time. While that's the most traps that I know in the game, if I miss any traps, I'll just mention them in the next section of the video, and that is the story of the game. The story starts when Pedro wakes up the MC from a concussion. Pedro suddenly appears right in front of the MC and immediately introduces himself as your friend.
Stop the cap!
Like most caring friends in the world, Pedro makes sure that you are okay. At this point in the game, Pedro will be your tour guide, giving you tips on how the world works and its story. He will teach you how to shoot and provide advice and hints throughout the game. Additionally, Pedro will act as your voice and intrusive thoughts, telling you to do some dumb things, something that Genshin Impact would shamelessly steal a year later. Right after you manage to escape the first room, you will instantly meet the first boss of the game, Mitch the Butcher. He uses the butcher shop for meat products as a facade, but in reality, Mitch is an arms dealer smuggling unlicensed firearms in Old Town. One of his henchmen approaches, and obviously Mitch doesn't like to be disturbed. He asks his henchman if their shipment is ready and prepared for delivery. However, the henchman says it's almost done, which makes Mitch snap and threaten his henchman for being slow at work. As you can tell, this is the healthiest conversation between an employer and employee in America. As Mitch lives, Pedro orders you to kill the henchman. Without hesitation, the protagonist eliminates all of the enemies in this level, serving as a tutorial on how to shoot enemies. Pedro tells you to stop and he immediately teleports you to his world. This is where the MC learns how to use focus. This skill helps the player readjust themselves in sticky situations, just like in the Flash game, and you will abuse the hell out of this skill. Right after mastering the art of slowing down time, you are teleported back to real life to use the skill on the enemies. Pedro came out of nowhere again and told us that we were in Old Town, and Mitch was the one ruling over it. So, what is Old Town, you might ask? This section of the game serves as a hotspot for Mitch's gang, and most of these henchmen are wannabe Peaky Blinders. Most of these men are old. You can see that their hairlines are receding. Oh no! And their hair is turning white, probably in their 30s having midlife crisis.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Most of the enemies here are very easy to kill since they have no prior experience in combat. All they can do is stare at their impending doom while they helplessly shoot at the protagonist who is dodging their shots. Also, I forgot to mention that there are new mechanics in the game called multiplier. Nope, not Markiplier, okay?
Was that the bite?
What this does is double the points you earn by performing stunts. The more of these points you accumulate, the better ranking you'll receive at the end of the level. It ranges from C, the lowest rank you can get if your gameplay is sloppy and you die a lot, to S, the highest ranking possible. Getting an S rank means that your playstyle is cool, you didn't die,
Man, I'm dead.
and you finish the level very fast. That's it, I forgot to mention this earlier. Pedro gives you another piece of advice yet again on how to get out of Old Town, which is through Mitch's fine dining restaurant. This means there will be a lot of enemies that you need to kill to get out of this area. But first, you and Pedro must go through the industrial area filled with unfinished buildings, police, and of course, enemies. And of course, while you're fighting your way out of Old Town, the music makes sure that you are fighting like JohnWick. The club-like music sets the tone of the environment, providing a professional yet destructive feeling coursing through your veins as you play. And this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this game in the first place. The game managed to immerse me through the score of their music, not to mention the album really slaps. Every new level has a different music, from cringy background kind of music in the Flash game to this JohnWick level of an orchestra. After a grueling journey in the industrial area, Pedro and the MC finally makes it to Mitch's fine dining restaurant. There were the henchmen of Mitch passing the time, but the protagonist immediately killed them as if he owned the place. The enemies here are shocked that a man with a mask came out of nowhere. All they gotta do is defend the place or die trying. From the dining area of the restaurant to the kitchen area, the chaos never stops. Pedro and the MC fight their way out of the restaurant. Enemies are ready to stop them at all costs, but they give everything that they have. It's still futile since the MC is living hurricane destroying everything in its path. The MC and Pedro finally made it out of the district filled with Mitch's men, but Mitch's himself is there and getting ready to deliver smuggled guns at the back of his truck.
Optimum Pride though.
His henchman told Mitch that the truck was ready and Mitch yelled at them for being slow. Mitch drove away with his truck. However, the protagonist and Pedro spotted a motorcycle that has the same color scheme as the protagonist, and they used the motorcycle to catch Mitch. But in the process, they were spotted catching up to Mitch, so they went after the MC and Pedro as well. This boss battle is insane. I can't believe that they added a motorcycle gunfight to a side-scrolling action game. My mind was blown by how they managed to make it even more epic. This level is just like JohnWick Chapter 3 where they're fighting on motorcycles, and I can believe that the movie and the game are a month apart, yet they take each other's ideas and turn it to a slugfest of an action segment. You can obviously tell that the whole gang is throwing everything at you just to stop you in your path. Enemies riding motorcycles while they are getting supported by the others in the car, and they are shooting you as well, but no matter what they do, they just get torn apart like paper by the MC. Right after you destroy most of the vehicles and kill the enemies, you finally catch up to Mitch, but he is railing you from behind. I mean, after he shot at your back, he came from behind. No,
You're gay! He's gay!
You know what? I'm done. Mitch decided to take matters in his own hands and finish what the MC started. This boss battle has two modes. First, Mitch exposes his body for us to shoot him, but be careful as he wields a shotgun and can deal a ton of damage in the process. Second, Mitch will throw C4s at you, which you can easily destroy mid-air using SMGs. However, be cautious as enemies on motorcycles may shoot you while you are busy destroying the C4s. The best tactic is to prioritize destroying the bombs first, as they can deal heavy damage and neuralize the motorcycle's enemies. Repeat this process over and over again to defeat Mitch. Once you've defeated Mitch and his goons, Pedro will pop up out of nowhere and tell you to head over to District Null, which is deserted and perfect spot to lay low. Without hesitation, both of them head to District Null. Pedro and the MC find themselves in District Null, only to stumble upon a Christmas party for bounty hunters. The entire place is decked out with Christmas decorations and lights, but given that it's April while I'm recording and writing the script, it's a bit out of season. Sorry to all Christmas lovers out there. As they navigate the party, one of the bounty hunters compliments the MC's mask before retracting the statement.
What the fuck, bro?
I swear, I wanted to take out the bounty hunter, but the game won't let me. After some time, a man dressed as Santa Claus makes an appearance, spreading holiday cheer and announcing a mega bounty on the MC. The bounty hunter from earlier recognized the picture and informs the others that he saw the MC somewhere in the vicinity. Still dressed as Santa, orders the bounty hunters to start their hunt, with him waiting for their progress in his office. The person thereafter just walked past them, moments before the bounty was placed on the MC's head. Now Pedro and the MC must escape the party and cover why there's a bounty on the MC's head. All they have to do is reach Dennis' office and ask him politely about it. But we all know how that's going to turn out, right? District Null is an unfinished and abandoned place. Pedro mentioned that District Null was supposed to be the key to uniting all of the municipalities, but the politicians couldn't agree on which font type to use for the logo. So they left the District Null abandoned. Classic politicians, just like in real life. It's filled with bounty hunters who are hunting you down, willing to do anything just to kill you and get their money. Thankfully, District Null is a place filled with pulleys and levers to activate certain doors and puzzles for the MC to use. With each level in District Null, enemies are ready to ambush you at every corner. To be honest, this whole section is very straightforward. All you gotta do is kill enemies left and right. As you progress through the levels, I will give tidbits of the story where Danny successfully makes District Null lively and even says that Danny wanted to rule a kingdom, even if it was an empty one. Danny is just like Mitch. Instead of wacky wannabe Russian Peaky Blinders, Danny successfully creates a safe haven for his men. Both of them have the same kingdom to rule, but Mitch is an arrogant and hot-headed asshole, always threatening and abusing his men for his own good, whereas Danny, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. He treats his men as equals, ensures that they have a great Christmas party where everyone is having fun, and creates a place just for them. Danny never mistreats his men. He always considers them family. For someone we barely knew and just another boss for us to kill, Dead Toast Entertainment added these little details for us to experience, even minute details that are often underappreciated. Pedro and the MC continue their adventure throughout District Null. With each passing level, they edge closer to Dennis' office. However, the path of the office is fraught with enemies, puzzles, and the need to traverse every abandoned building. To make the journey more entertaining, they use skateboards.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Killing enemies while performing stunts. Imagine witnessing a man doing Tony Hawk stunts on a skateboard while wielding a shotgun. I'd be frozen in fear, awaiting impending doom. It's the kind of news you'd expect to hear daily in Florida. Florida man kills bounty hunters on a skateboard while wielding a shotgun and performing tricks. Yup, Typical Florida, the MC knows they are nearing Destiny's office as they encounter numerous turrets and alarm systems. This doesn't deter them from pressing on and eliminating everyone in their path. Personally, these levels provide an exhilarating experience. You must kill enemies swiftly to avoid triggering alarms and facing the consequences of being too slow. After enduring grueling puzzles, enemies, and levels, Pedro and the MC finally reach Danny's office. There, they confront him, but Danny suddenly opens his window and jumps out of it. I mean, the protagonist is mute and doesn't even speak throughout the whole game, but his intimidation is off the charts. However, Danny actually jumps out of the window to get on top of his spaceship. Now the MC must run for his life, try not to get hit by the turret installed by the spaceship. While avoiding the turrets, enemies lie in wait, attempting to hinder your progress and give Danny the opportunity to inflict significant damage by stopping you for a few seconds. You can use skateboard, but it only provides a small advantage in distance, although some parts of the map have ramps and can be used to jump from one building to another. At the end of the map, you will be cornered by Danny. Little does he know there are metal plates behind his beloved spaceship. The trick in this boss battle is to wait for Danny to shoot his turret at the bottom floor, dodge it, climb to the platform, and shoot the metal plates to ricochet the bullets into the gas tank of the spaceship. Repeat this process numerous times and Danny will force out of his spaceship, jumping to the ground, which is a bad idea because he's jumping from a high place. Pedro orders us to catch up to him and we follow his orders without second thoughts. Okay, this segment of the game is one of the coolest I have ever witnessed. You are falling to the ground, and as you fall, enemies try to kill you, their minds clouded by the money placed on the MC's head. You can fairly beat this section on the first try since the enemies show up when you kill the first enemies falling beside you. It's a beautiful dance of adrenaline rush and awesomeness at the same time. Killing the enemies while catching up to Danny while falling down is hands down one of the most memorable moments in the game. Once you've killed all of the bounty hunters, you can catch up to Danny, curled up and begging not to be killed. He talks about his sister, Ophelia, the dictator of the internet, currently located in the central server facilities. The reason why Ophelia put a huge bounty on the protagonist's head is that we killed their father, Mitch the Butcher. Now we know Mitch, Danny, and Ophelia are family, and we are killing them one by one, leaving Ophelia as the last one to be dealt with. But Danny senses a familiarity with you. He recognized someone close to him, but he didn't get to finish his sentences because he died in one of the buildings. Speaking of buildings, this has got to be the tallest building since we have been falling down for a few minutes now.
I have been falling for 30 minutes!
Anyways, Pedro came out of nowhere again and told us to aim for the water since we were near to the ground. And with that, the story of Danny and the District Null section concludes. Welcome to Pedro's World, a bright, colorful world full of joyful things that could brighten up your day. This section of the game is the shortest, with only 4 levels. All of them are short and easy. You could say that this is the mind of Gen Alpha, with big heads of men, very related to the Skibidi Toilet, Gen Alpha and their tablet these days. As you traverse Pedro's world, Pedro asks a favor of you to clear the haters in his world. Seems simple enough, so the MC clears them out for his friend. The puzzles in this world are easy. All you gotta do is screw the heads. Yeah, that's it. This section is literally screwing with my mind. The other levels have trampolines, which makes the gameplay fun since the enemies use the trampoline as well, making aiming a bit difficult. Just slow down time and you can kill them easily. Lastly, in the last level of Pedro's world, you will use the propeller hat to glide up and down. It's funny that we use a child hat to progress through the whole level. It's going to be difficult to handle because you are dodging while using the hat, and you know what that means.
No!
Your aim will be scattered and inaccurate, so you need to time your shots very carefully. Pedro's world is as goofy as Gen Alpha today, full of heads and cringe things inside our heads. At the end of the level, Pedro thanks us for clearing all of the haters in his world, and both of you exits Pedro's world back to real life. The protagonist swims back to the surface, where Pedro is waiting for him, and there he gives a little recap of why Ophelia put a huge bounty on his head. Now they need to infiltrate Ophelia to keep her off their backs, and Pedro has a plan through the sewers. If you guys are thinking of nasty, dark, smelly, dirty sewers, well, these sewers are totally different from the normal ones. These sewers consist of different species that live inside them.
Please call the DWP. I'm stuck in here.
And no, I'm not talking about rats and other insects that typically lurk and crawl in sewage pipes. What I'm talking about are sweaty gamers, Redditors, cosplayers, and Discord mods. Yep, you heard me right. We are fighting the unemployed society of humans in their natural habitat. They decorate the whole sewage system with arcade game machines everywhere. And if that wasn't enough, they are equipped with smuggled guns, probably from Mitch, and they use their mom's credit card to buy these guns. Probably the smell of the whole sewage system is unbearable. The number of people who live in there probably never take a shower ever since they took over the sewers for themselves. But Pedro and the MC have no idea but to tread further and further into the deep parts of the sewers. Did you know the sewers used to be a smuggling route for pirated software back when they still use CDs?
Whoops!
How do I know that? Because Pedro said so. The duo continues to defend themselves against the crusade of gamers and cosplayers, shouting words only true gamers would understand, such as ourselves.
Fucking bitch, yeah, get his ass! Fucking pussy! Try the fuck again, bitch! Try the fuck again!
Also, the Crusaders will literally charge at you the moment they see you while holding their swords. It will take 2 shotgun shots just to take them down. The power of brotherhood shines bright inside their hearts. If only they were in the Area 51 raid, they could easily tank all of the bullets for the Naruto runners. But just like in real life, they are fat and probably run out of breath within 2 seconds of running. As you can see in the models of the enemies in the sewers, their belly fat can be seen underneath their shirts, and I'm also fascinated by the security system they have. These guys only play games, yet they have state-of-the-art security system like thick iron doors that you usually see in a bank. Oh yeah, I forgot they earn money through live streaming on Twitch, my bad.
Who the fuck drinks this shit?
Yet they can't afford to take a shower, just like you, who is watching my video right now. Pause the video and take a shower now. Stinky. After passing through the levels, the enemy's weapons are getting bigger in terms of caliber. Now they have assault rifles with grenade launchers. This gun, as I described earlier, is one of the best guns you will ever have in this game. Grabbing one of these guns from the enemy's exploded corpse is a blast. Get it? Because you can kill enemies with a grenade launcher? Okay, I'll stop now. It's not even a joke, god damn it. The game wants you to use the assault rifle because you can kill the Crusaders much faster, and if they group up, just press the right mouse button and you will fire a grenade shot at them. Halfway through the section of the sewers, the game throws another enemy type for you to struggle with. They are called ISP. They are the soldiers ordered by Ophelia to hunt you down, and these soldiers are coordinated and well prepared to kill you. As you can tell, they are the FBI in our world, and just like in real life, they will barge into our house without permission and destroy your stuff without prior reason.
FBI, open up!
And the ISP are just like them. They will come down from above with a rope attached to their waist and kill you hanging from above. Luckily for you, they are sitting ducks. They can be easily killed as long as you are moving fast and dodging their bullets. And the platforming segment is becoming more prevalent throughout the whole game, seemingly to slow you down and block your path. There are a lot of soldiers waiting for you, and the gamers have joined as well. Probably Ophelia hired them in exchange for their gambling addiction in getting their favorite waifus in Genshin Impact.
Farina, my queen, welcome home. Go! This game sucks! Without Farina, I have nothing.
Also, expect more puzzles and platforming segments throughout the sewers, which can be tedious and redundant. I understand that it's catered to different types of audience, and this may not be your cup of tea, so I'll spare you the details about these segments, and I'll let you guys experience it firsthand. Pedro and the MC push through the defenses of enemy lines. They get near to the railway pass. In that way, they can reach the internet and face Ophelia. But first, they must go through the traps that the ISP set up, like turrets and landmines that are placed everywhere. Right after they got through the trap, they were at the entrance of the railway system, and to open it, they must have a lever guarded by 2 guards, seemingly bored at their jobs. They left their post and their simple job to look after the lever. We single-handedly managed to shoot the lever and enter the railway system without them noticing. After the soldiers left their sole purpose in life, thinking that no one could activate the lever, right after a few seconds behind their back, the lever was now activated. Imagine being these guys, suck at their job.
You suck!
The duo is now on the train, and there they eavesdrop on a soldier warning to the woman on the TV about the parts that she needs, and the woman on the TV is Ophelia. This means the duo is on the right track, but he must clear out the whole train full of soldiers. After he cleared out most of the enemies on the train and solved some puzzles as well, he went inside one of the cars on the train, and there he saw a huge mech that was stationary. It was activated all by itself by the time the mech saw the protagonist. This boss battle is easy, not gonna lie. It has 2 health bars, one for each vulnerable part of its body. One is a huge glowy yellow tank that is attached to its back, and all you gotta do is roll over underneath its body and you can literally spam the tank with no punishment whatsoever. Right after you destroy the tank behind the mech's body, you gotta destroy the mech's eye now. Just use a shotgun, and when the mech is about to fire, just dodge and shoot again and again until it's done. This boss fight is disappointing. No epic boss battle segment that you usually see in the previous boss battles in the game. This one's just straight up shoot and dodge to defeat the enemy segment, which is honestly not great and underwhelming. Right after you destroy the mecha, the train makes its stop at the internet, where Ophelia is waiting for you. And yes, this is the last section of the game. The duo was greeted by Ophelia, welcoming them to the internet.
But she looks like someone that I know. Holy crap, it's fanboy Pyrocynical.
That is because I have finally transitioned into a woman.
I love your new haircut.
Disgusting!
It's getting worse and worse. You should go back to your barber and let him cook up something good. Like being bald so that you don't get bullied by your audience every time you stream.
Peasant hair! This haircut was 200 quid! What do you mean peasant hair? Are you stupid?
Now that's quality.
Stupid.
Just kidding, love your videos. And why did I say Ophelia looks like Pyrocynical? Well, for starters, Pedro said at one point that the whole internet is just a series of boobs. And Pyrocynical had a series back in the day called Aesop's. Yes, back in the day, Pyro made actual great content on his channel, but now he uploads everyday slop on his second channel. Alright, let's go back to the main topic at hand. Pedro and the MC made their way to the inside of internet, where they were greeted by a lot of ISP soldiers and numerous traps that could hinder and stop the protagonist's progress. You could tell that the whole game had turned into a nightmarish obstacle course full of platforming segments, while enemy awaited at every turn. And with each progression, it seemed to get worse. On top of that, there was another type of trap that the game threw at you. If you thought you'd seen all the traps, think again, mate. This trap was designed to mess up your life. Let's just call it balls for now. This trap was easy to destroy, but identifying its weakness could take time. Personally, I didn't like this trap either. I just spammed bullets until it was destroyed. Next, another platforming segment. Yay! Kill me now. Expect heavy platforming segments in the internet section, resembling Hollow Knight's Path of Pain, but in easy mode. Trust me, you don't even want to know the pain I had to endure in the Path of Pain. Even I screwed up these segments, and I'd rather kill tons of enemies than face never-ending torture in parkour. Especially there was one level of the game where you had to race against impending doom of lasers behind you. The adrenaline rush as you destroyed wooden boxes and planks to clear the way, and parkoured your way out of there. While performing these stunts, Ophelia, started to sense something wrong and felt a familiarity with those moves. As you progress to the next level, Ophelia lost contact with you due to poor internet. Bruh, you are on the internet. How the hell did you manage to lose signal in your own domain? While she was fixing her router, the MC on the other hand was performing Leon Kennedy-like maneuvers to evade all of the lasers at this level. I gotta say, this level is one of my favorites. There were no enemies, just your skills on how to evade these lasers. As you finish the laser level, Pedro appeared out of nowhere again and reminisced about the good days of the internet before Ophelia started to censor it. And now we have a new enemy ISP variant called Sniper.
You wankers!
No, they are not the TF2 Sniper.
Professionals have standards.
As much as I hate to say it, this is not the buff sniper that we all know and love. These snipers are accurate in their shots with their laser attached rifles, and they can two-shot you from distance if you don't kill them fast enough. Don't worry, you will get your very own sniper, and you can finally do a 360 no-scope in this game with no skill. The good thing about the sniper is that you can take out many enemies from afar and activate levers on the other side. Thankfully, the sniper's fire rate is so fast, so you don't have to worry about waiting another second to fire again. You can also shoot the traps like the shootable lasers installed miles away and easily deactivate them. Also, using the sniper to blow up propane tanks to avoid a large explosion radius is kind of great too. After you clear the level full of snipers, Ophelia is back and she just Netflix restarted her router. What a classic way to fix your internet problems. And another obstacle is yet again here to screw up your day. A flashlight giving shields to the soldiers.
What?
I don't know why a single flashlight gives a huge advantage in terms of shielding. Anyways, destroy these flashlights and you can kill the enemies that were protected by a shield. Seems easy enough, but I tell you it's going to be a headache if you don't destroy them fast enough. Some of them are protecting other traps, and you need to find them just like finding Waldo in your mother's closet. While the MC is destroying these flashlights, Ophelia keeps wandering again because all of your moves are very familiar to her. He continues destroying and killing the enemies, and she finally recognizes the protagonist. But before she continues on what she was saying, the MC enters the room filled with enemies, and this level of the game is one of the craziest and most epic battles of the game. Just you and your skills killing everyone that shows up. Whether from the ceiling or the rooms, there's nothing that can stop you from reaching Ophelia. Once you've dealt with most of the enemies, Ophelia shows herself on TV once again. She is somewhat nervous about after what you have done, and she couldn't say the words she wanted to say. But Pedro quickly interrupted her and told the MC not to listen to her. So he grabbed all of the ammunition displayed on the wall, hinting that this will be a boss fight. After getting into the elevator that leads up to the highest point of the building, Ophelia is waiting at the entrance of the elevator, and she is holding an assault rifle. She is glad that the MC made it back home, and she won't be fooled by the MC's mask that he's wearing. It's because the MC is the brother of Ophelia. Okay, bear with me guys, and let her explain, because this will make sense in the end. She told him that right after the incident, everything just fell apart.
He fell off.
And she understands all of the actions of the MC. But she can't let him go and kill her right away, as she talked about Mitch and Denny. Mitch has never been a great father, but she is grateful for the path that he set for Ophelia. Denny, on the other hand, well, he's Denny. And the Ophelia will make sure that the MC will have a nice tombstone for him. And their fight started. If you think Ophelia is just another fightless NPC that stands and shoots the MC at a distance, she is just like us, a perfect copy of ourselves who can dodge and do stunts while shooting. This battle is unique and unexpected, especially since she can do the things that you usually do in the game. She can dodge, roll, and she is nimble as hell. This is a dance between two pro killers going toe to toe, skill to skill, and only the experienced one will win the battle. Right after you give her a heavy amount of damage, she will stop shooting and she will drop dead, looking at you one last time, telling you that you win, brother. Pedro shows up and looks the protagonist dead straight in the eye and tells the real motive why they did that. Okay, let's all go back to the beginning where Pedro explains everything. The protagonist never liked his family to begin with. He always went along with their schemes and their way of life for a long time. But one day, he couldn't take it anymore. He wanted to end all of their wrongdoings, and he wanted to set an example for the others who wanted to attempt to follow in their footsteps. But there is only one problem. He is not strong enough to stop them, since their bond of being a family is still there in his heart. No matter what the courage he mustered, it would end up meaningless in the end. So that is why the protagonist created Pedro, a figment of his imagination and the corrupting influence of the protagonist. Together they both came up with a story and a plan on how to motivate the protagonist to stop his family. And that is why he put the mask on to avoid being recognized. And they both snuck into Mitch's basement. Then, the protagonist knocks himself out and blanks his memory. One thing leads to another, and the rest is history. The MC is afraid of how he will act once he discovers the truth about his actions. That is why Pedro must fulfill his promise to you, which is to kill the main character himself.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Pedro quickly went to the MC's head and forced him to kill himself in the process, but he is resisting it with all his might, and a huge silhouette of banana comes at the MC and Pedro and proceeds to swallow them both. Both of you were teleported and went back to Pedro's world. The MC landed on a seal and acted as a vehicle throughout the whole level. Pedro shows up again and he must kill the MC as he has promised to him, because true friends keep their promise. And yes, Pedro is the last and final boss fight of the game. This boss battle is just like Mitch's boss battle, but this one is livelier and much more focused on dodging and taking the chance of shooting Pedro. Pedro has two phases. One is the unpeeled banana skin, and the second one you will see later on what I am talking about. In Pedro's first phase, he has two attacks. One is throwing bombs at you and the other is spitting cactus. This is very easy and you can shoot the bombs and redirect them to Pedro himself and jump as well to avoid the incoming cactuses. Next is the second phase, where Pedro unpeels himself to show what he really looks like, a rotten banana that can wield guns. Yes, I am not even kidding, this boss battle is so fucking epic and gross at the same time. Now, there's another thing you gotta dodge, and that is Pedro's gunshots.
I can't believe you've done this.
If that wasn't enough, he will literally spam everything from cactuses and bullets to make sure that you will die. You can avoid most of his attacks, but just be careful with the cactuses. You can't use the W key to dodge them, and if you shoot them, they will turn in half and you are obligated to jump whenever they are near you. Continue to shoot his head until his health drops, and once you've killed him, he will explode and his body will slowly drift away from his world. Once you have successfully defeated him, we will see the MC lying on the ground with Ophelia on the side. He carefully lifts himself up and looks at the sunset. There, he takes off his mask and slowly looks at the camera. And there, the face of the protagonist turned into the face of Pedro.
What happens now?
Now? Let's go.
Replay the whole game. Don't worry, there are collectibles throughout the entire game. You will find these strange boxes scattered across every map. These are game modifiers, basically cheat codes.
That's right, we're gonna cheat.
I've collected all of them for you, and here are the collectibles. All weapons. This means you have access to every guns in the game from the beginning to the end. Infinite ammo. This is self-explanatory. No recoil. This is also self-explanatory. Player bullet speed. If you want your bullets to travel as fast as the speed of light or as slow as a laser gun in Star Wars. Enemy bullet speed. If you want to punish yourself and add an extra challenge throughout the whole game. One-shot enemies. If you really want to be the death machine in this game. One-shot player. This means that enemies can kill you instantly. Infinite focus. You are Neo from the Matrix. Focus speed. It means if you want to experience the slowness of time or the fast speed of focus, which is basically real time in game. Player speed. If you want to be the Flash or speedrunner. Big heads. What else do you think of, huh? Player size. If you want to experience being a 5'11" person for a day or a 6' person. Cinematic focus camera. This game modifier is one of the best of all. If you turn off the HUD and turn on this modifier, your gameplay will be cinematic. Side on camera. If you want to experience my friend Pedro's original POV again, which is cool. Also, Devolver Digital released a mobile game that is completely different from the original game. It's called My Friend Pedro Ripe for Revenge. And it's goofy and it's very fun to play. Basically, the plot of the game is to help find Pedro's family through some of the levels that I mentioned in the base game. The controls are a bit weird and quirky, Dragon Point kind of thing, similar to what you usually see in Angry Birds when you are launching them in a slingshot. There are a lot of levels to progress through, but one thing I hate about this game is when you lose or misdirect the protagonist's direction. Obviously, our first instinct is to retry the game, but the retry button is locked with an ad.
Break from the ads?
You need to watch an unskippable 1-minute video to retry the whole fucking level. To avoid ads, you need to buy the premium version, which allows you to freely retry any levels without watching ads. This is why I haven't finished the mobile game yet. It's because of the fucking ads that are gatekeeping me from the retry button. The base game doesn't require you to pay to retry the level. You can simply press retry and start again from the beginning of the level. So, if you are trying to play the mobile game, be prepared to exit and load up the game again and again until you beat it, or you could just not play it. 3 out of 10. That's the end of the story of my friend Pedro, Blood, Bullets, Bananas. This took me a lot of hours, days, weeks, months to make, especially in editing, while balancing my work and this project. But I want to thank you all for watching this slugfest of a video. This is my first time doing a huge project, and I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with your friends, family, hell, even your freaking dog. It means a lot to me. I'm hoping to hit 1K subs by the end of the year so that I can get monetized and earn money on YouTube so I can help pay the bills in our house. So yeah, see you all later.